Vacuum tubes. Vacuum tubes is an electronic device that controls the flow of electrons in vacuums. Sir John Ambrose Fleming was an English electrical engineer and physicist, known primarily for inventing the first vacuum tube in 1904. It was also called a thermonic valve, vacuum diode, or Fleming valve. The Fleming vacuum tube was based on an effect that Thomas Edison had first discovered in 1880s and had not put to useful work at the time. One of Edison's inventor, William Joseph Hammer, working in Thomas Edison's laboratory, noted the rectifier effect when he added another electrode to a heated filament of light bulb. Hammer was in charge of testing early light globulets and noted a blue glow around the positive pole in a vacuum bulb and a blackening of the wire and the bulb at the negative pole. This unknown phenomena was first called Hammer's phantom shadow. Before development of transistor, the vacuum tube became the first switch used in earliest electronic computers.
A vacuum tube consists of two or more electrodes in a vacuum inside an airtight envelope. Most tubes have glass envelopes with a glass to metal seal based on borosilicate glasses. The electrodes are attached to leads which pass through the envelope via an airtight seal. The electrode leads connect to pins on the tube's base which plug into a tube's socket.
How does a vacuum tube work? The basic physics principle behind it is the thermionic effect. The phenomena of a metal ejecting electrons after being heated is known as the thermionic effect. In the case of a vacuum tube, the cathode is heated so that it ejects the electrons, which experience a potential in the vacuum of the tube, which pulls them towards the anode. This establishes the electric current. So basically, the act of heating the cathode is equivalent to switching the vacuum tube on so that it allows current to flow. This phenomena is then used to transfer and process data. This is the fundamental idea behind using vacuum tubes in the first computers. Also, the factors influencing thermionic effect are the work function of the metal, the temperature of the surface, and the surface area of the metal surface. Now, the work function of the metal is an intrinsic characteristic of the metal or the combinations of metals used in making the cathode. The temperature of the surface and the surface area of the cathode can be manipulated.
So now coming to the advantages of vacuum tubes. The first and the most important advantage is its ability to withstand damage caused by an electromagnetic pulse, which occurs during its nuclear explosion. Next is its ability to operate at higher power, higher voltage, and higher operating temperatures than other solid state devices. And one of its benefits is its unique tonal qualities that make it good for audio amplifiers. Its smooth clipping is widely considered more musical than any other transistor. Now, next, coming to its disadvantages. One of its most important disadvantages is that it's very bulky, hence less suitable for portable products. Higher operating voltage is generally required. It requires a lot of higher power consumption. It needs a heater supply that generates waste heat and yields lower efficiency, notably for small signal circuits. Glass tubes are fragile and hence are very easy to break compared to its metal transistors. So now, coming to its replacement. So in the early 1950s, the transistor started to replace the vacuum tube as vacuum tubes were larger in size, fragile like a light bulb, and very expensive. So as computing devices started to become smaller in size, the transistors were more ideal to use due to their smaller size as well. Now, Coming to this comparison, let's compare transistors with its old vacuum tubes. So transistors have usually a very low cost and are smaller than its vacuum tubes, especially in small signal circuits, whereas vacuum tubes are extremely bulky, expensive, and hence less suitable for portable products. Now transistors require very less power consumption, give out very less waste heat, and are high efficiency than equivalent tubes. Whereas vacuum tubes require high power consumption, they need a heater supply that generates waste heat and yields lower efficiency, notably for small signal circuits. And transistors can operate on lower voltage supplies for greater safety. They have extremely lower costs and are tighter clearances, whereas vacuum tubes have higher operating voltages generally.